segment highlighted the apparent contradictions between Buddhism and Christianity. Now, let's delve into the historical context that shaped these two influential religions. The screen displays a world map, gradually illuminating regions where Buddhism and Christianity spread, from the Indian subcontinent to East Asia and from the Middle East to Europe and beyond. The narrator begins. To truly understand their relationship, we must trace their origins. A timeline appears, stretching back over 2 millennia. It marks key dates in the development of both faiths. 500 BCE, the birth of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. The screen shows animated depictions of Buddha's life, his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, his first sermon at Sarnath. The timeline advances to 0 CE, the birth of Jesus Christ. Images of the Nativity, the Sermon on the Mount, and the crucifixion flash across the screen. The narrator continues. Buddhism emerged in ancient India, while Christianity arose in the Roman Empire. These were vastly different cultural and political landscapes. The map highlights the Silk Road, illustrating the early spread of Buddhism eastward. Monks and merchants carried the Dharma across mountains and deserts. The scene shifts to show early Christian missionaries traveling by sea and land. They spread the gospel throughout the Roman world. The narrator explains, over centuries, both religions adapted and evolved as they encountered new cultures. The screen displays images of Asian Christian churches, blending local architectural styles with Christian symbolism. Then it transitions to Western Buddhist centers, reflecting the integration of Buddhist practices into Western lifestyles. The narrator adds, this cross-cultural exchange led to diverse expressions of both faiths. The video shows ancient texts and artwork from both traditions. Sanskrit sutras, Pali scriptures, the Bible, illuminated manuscripts. The narrator says, studying these historical artifacts reveals the richness and complexity of their development. The screen shows a split image. On one side, a traditional Buddhist temple in Japan. On the other, a grand cathedral in Europe. The narrator states, despite their geographical and cultural differences, both religions share a common thread. They both seek to address fundamental questions about human existence. Why are we here? What is the meaning of life? How can we find happiness and peace? The video transitions to a scene of a modern library. A young student is researching both Buddhism and Christianity. The narrator says, understanding the historical context allows us to appreciate the unique contributions of each tradition, and to see how they have influenced each other over time. The screen displays a quote from a historical figure who bridged both traditions. Perhaps a quote from Thomas Merton or another interfaith pioneer. The narrator concludes, by examining their historical roots, we can gain a deeper understanding of the potential for dialogue and understanding. The video then smoothly transitions to the next section. It will explore the differing concepts of God in Buddhism and Christianity. This exploration will help to clarify the apparent contradictions between the two faiths. The historical context provides a foundation for understanding these theological differences. It sets the stage for a more nuanced discussion of their compatibility. The screen fades to black momentarily. Then it shows a question mark, symbolizing the ongoing quest for understanding. The narrator's voice returns. The journey continues. The video prepares to delve into the complexities of the God question. It It will explore the nuances of Buddhist cosmology and Christian theology. The historical context has provided a solid foundation for this exploration. The screen shows a brief montage of historical images. These images represent key moments in the development of both Buddhism and Christianity. The narrator summarizes, "History shapes belief." The video emphasizes the importance of understanding the past. This understanding is crucial for navigating the present and for building a more harmonious future. The screen fades to the next segment. It is ready to explore the God question in more detail. The historical context segment concludes. Having established the initial questions and confusion, let's delve into the historical context. Imagine a world map where we trace the spread of both religions. Starting around 500 BCE with the Buddha and then to 0 CE with Jesus. Look closely. You'll see Asian Christian churches and Western Buddhist centers. This illustrates the intertwining of these faiths throughout history. Now, let's examine the core theological differences, particularly the concept of God. We'll contrast Buddhist cosmology with Christian theology. It's crucial to clarify that Buddhism is agnostic rather than atheistic. Think of Buddha's unanswered questions. There are diverse perspectives within different Buddhist schools. Despite these differences, shared values emerge. Compassion and ethics, for example. Consider Jesus' healing acts alongside Buddha's teachings. The 10 Commandments find a parallel in the 5 precepts. The teachings of Jesus and Buddha are more similar than different. Both religions emphasize love, compassion, and kindness. The 5 precepts of Buddhism are similar to the 10 Commandments. The first precept is to abstain from taking life. The second precept is to abstain from stealing. The third precept is to abstain from sexual misconduct. The fourth precept is to abstain from false speech. The fifth precept is to abstain from intoxicants. The 10 Commandments are a set of rules given by God to Moses. The first commandment is to have no other gods before me. The second commandment is not to make any idols. The third commandment is not to take the Lord's name in vain. The fourth commandment is to keep the Sabbath day holy. The fifth commandment is to honor your father and mother. The sixth commandment is not to murder. The seventh commandment is not to commit adultery. The eighth commandment is not to steal. The ninth commandment is not to bear false witness. The 10th commandment is not to covet. Both sets of rules are designed to help people live moral lives. They both emphasize the importance of respecting others and living honestly. They also both encourage people to be kind and compassionate. However, there are also some differences between the two sets of rules. The 10 Commandments are more focused on rules about how to worship God. The 5 precepts are more focused on rules about how to live a moral life. Despite Despite these differences, both sets of rules are valuable guides for living. They can help people to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. By following these rules, people can create a better world for themselves. They can also create a better world for others. The teachings of Jesus and Buddha are similar in many ways. They both taught about the importance of love, compassion, and kindness. They both taught about the importance of forgiveness and nonviolence. They both taught about the importance of helping others. They both taught about the importance of living a moral life. They both taught about the importance of seeking enlightenment. They both taught about the importance of finding inner peace. The teachings of Jesus and Buddha are a valuable resource for people. They can help people to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. By following these teachings, people can create a better world. They can also create a better world for others. The similarities are striking and offer a basis for harmony. The differences are also important and should not be ignored. It is important to respect the beliefs of others. It is also important to learn from others. The teachings of Jesus and Buddha can help us to do both. Despite these shared values, real conflicts exist between Buddhism and Christianity. These conflicts often become apparent when examining core theological differences. These conflicts center on salvation versus liberation, two distinct paths. For Christians, salvation is achieved through faith in Jesus Christ. For Buddhists, liberation comes from understanding and overcoming suffering. Another conflict is the concept of the soul versus no self, a fundamental divide. Christianity posits the existence of an eternal soul that continues after death. Buddhism teaches Anatman, the absence of a permanent, unchanging self. Finally, there is the difference in understanding time. Linear versus circular. Christianity views time as a linear progression from creation to judgment. Buddhism sees time as cyclical, with rebirth and reincarnation. To understand these conflicts better, we turn to interviews with dual practitioners. These individuals offer personal insights into navigating both faiths. They share their experiences of finding harmony and addressing contradictions. We see scenes from Christian meditation groups where practitioners blend Christian and Buddhist practices. These groups often incorporate mindfulness techniques into Christian prayer. We also see interfaith conferences where leaders and followers engage in respectful dialogue. These conferences provide a platform for exploring common ground. Quotes from influential figures like Thomas Merton emphasize contemplative prayer. Merton, a Trappist monk, explored the connections between Christian mysticism and Zen Buddhism. His writings highlight the shared emphasis on inner transformation. Similarly, quotes from Thich Nhat Hanh highlight the shared emphasis on mindfulness. Han, a Zen master, advocated for engaged Buddhism and interfaith understanding. His teachings promote compassion and social justice. The views of religious authorities are also presented, including perspectives from the Vatican. The Vatican's official stance often emphasizes the uniqueness of Christian teachings. The Dalai Lama's views are also presented, revealing a spectrum of opinions. He often speaks about the importance of compassion and ethical conduct. These opinions range from complete incompatibility to potential compatibility. Some argue that the core tenets of each faith are mutually exclusive. Others believe that shared values allow for a harmonious integration. The climax of the exploration presents a nuanced answer based on definitions. This nuanced answer is visualized through a Venn diagram, illustrating areas of overlap. The diagram shows shared values in the center, with distinct beliefs on the outer edges. Shared values include compassion, wisdom, and ethical conduct. Distinct beliefs include differing views on God, soul, and time. The question of whether one can be both Buddhist and Christian depends on how one defines each. If one focuses on core ethical teachings, harmony is possible. Focusing on compassion and mindfulness can bridge the gap. If one emphasizes theological doctrines, conflicts may arise. Differences in beliefs about God and the afterlife can be challenging. The conclusion of the video promotes interfaith harmony and peaceful dialogue. It emphasizes the importance of understanding and respecting different perspectives. Respecting different perspectives is key to fostering understanding. Key takeaways are summarized, reinforcing the shared values of compassion and wisdom. Compassion and wisdom are essential for personal and global well-being. The video urges viewers to share their own experiences and perspectives in the comments section. Sharing experiences can help others navigate their own spiritual journeys. This encourages further discussion and exploration of the topic. Further discussion can lead to deeper understanding and empathy. The video ends with a call for continued interfaith dialogue. Continued dialogue is crucial for building bridges between faiths. It suggests that by learning from each other, we can build a more peaceful world. Learning from each other can promote tolerance and cooperation. The final shot shows a diverse group of people meditating together. This symbolizes the potential for unity and understanding between different faiths. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience to reflect on the complexities. The complexities of faith and the possibilities for harmony. The video encourages viewers to consider the shared values. The shared values that unite different spiritual traditions,